any
This
different.
conference will now be recorded.
I don't think of myself, any differently. We all just have different responsibilities. I push paperwork on a computer. The important work, is being done by you in the home. So again, thank you. A little bit about me personally. I'm originally from Ohio, so I grew up in the snow, but about 20 years ago, I moved to Florida, and this job brought me back to the cold weather and the snow. Our headquarters here, where I'm sitting, is outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And while I'm still relatively new to Griswold Home Care, I really been embraced by the company, and I love the story. Um, I've been married for 30 years, and it was to the same woman, a woman I met in Ohio, and we have three beautiful children from ages 21 through 26. We joined, or we had a daughter-in-law join our family. My son married a lovely young lady, and just 3 days ago, they celebrated their first anniversary. Uh, and one of the things I wanted to also share about the company, about Griswold Home Care, everyone here works with a relatively small company. While Griswold Home Care has a couple hundred locations across 35 states, most of those locations, all but six of those locations, are locally owned and operated. Um, and so they're locally owned and operated by small business people that wanted to be their own boss and do a business that gives back to their community. And we call those local business owners our franchisees, and we're what we call the franchisor. And some of the folks in this call work for these franchisees, these small business owners, and at the same time, we operate as a company six of our own locations where we provide care into the home as well. And some folks on this call work for one of our company-owned locations. Um, but nevertheless, working as a relatively small company, I think is important for this business. Care in the home and care that you provide is very personal. And no one wants to be taken care of by some Goliath faraway company. They want to really know and meet and really get to know the people that are providing the care. And that's why I really am a fan, of this model that we all work under. One of the franchisees of this company that's been here with Griswold for much longer than I have is the person I have the pleasure to introduce. Her name is Marianne Murray, and I'll let her tell her story about joining Griswold and what it's meant to her and what she's doing now. So I'll turn it over to Marianne.
Thank you, Michael. I'm really honored to be the chair of the Jean Griswold Foundation. I worked with Jean in the 1990s when she insisted that we all wear skirts to the office. She didn't allow pants in the office. That tells you how old I am. She started business in 1982 because someone in her husband's congregation, he was a pastor in a Presbyterian church, died when she became dehydrated. And she felt that if someone had been helping her, this death would not have occurred. And she came up with this idea to match caregivers with people who needed help in their homes. She did it off her dining room table for many, many years. And then they bought an office where she operated out of. And it's specifically non medical care, as you all know, the frontline people. Um, she wanted to help people stay safely and independently as possible in their homes. And she cared about the caregivers too. She was matching caregivers with the client needs. And that was most of the success of her business. It started very small and she grew it very quickly because it was such a needed service. And again, she knew how important caregivers were. She wanted to take care of them. And that was part of the philosophy that she had. So we established a nonprofit to honor Jean's legacy of helping people, and it's called the Jean Griswold Foundation. When the Griswold family owned the business, they gave out respite grants for clients who needed help and couldn't afford it. And then we moved beyond that to providing grants for similarly whose missions align with the Griswold International to nonprofits. We've raised money through the directors to provide help for community resources who wouldn't otherwise get that help. So Michael's going to tell us about how we're evolving today.
Oh, thanks, Marianne. Before we jump into that, we actually wanted to have the caregivers just say hello, introduce themselves, which office they work with, so where in the country they hail from, and how long they've been part of Griswold. We would love to go around the table, so to speak, even though we're not at the breakfast table, literally. But why don't Carrie in New Jersey, will you introduce yourself?
I believe it's Bloomingdale, the office. They moved. I'm thinking they're still in Bloomingdale, or are they in Butler? Not sure. But I've been with them for over 11 years, I would say. And it's been a great experience. I love working with them.
That's great.
Yeah.
And so tell us your favorite breakfast food.
My favorite thing to do in the whole wide world is eat. She always said that I don't eat to live. I live to eat. So I am not a fussy girl. I eat everything. French toast is probably my favorite, aside from country fried chicken with white gravy and biscuits. You know, I'm a Cracker Barrel girl. But I've been married. I think it's like 33. I got married in 1985. So what is that, 33, 34 years? Married my high school sweetheart. Been with him forever. We have 2 beautiful children, 3 gorgeous grandchildren. And actually, my son, my daughter-in-law, and my grandson are moving in with us this weekend, tomorrow.
That's great.
So, yeah, that's going to be, home alone, just quiet time, Netflix junkies, but that's going to change. So, do you want to know how I got started, Griswold?
Sure.
Okay. I actually, both of my parents were diagnosed with lung cancer. And sadly, my dad did not plan for their future well, and they couldn't afford care. So out of the 3 siblings, myself, my brother, and my sister, I was chosen the one because I'm the most compassionate, I have the most patience, and my sister are hypochondriacs. They think they have everything. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Marcus Wells, MD, but my sister had every disease that was on his show.
Jeez.
Yeah. So I started taking care of them. And as my mom passed quickly, I came to live with myself and my husband, and eventually we needed hospice. The nurse that would come in weekly kept telling me I should do this full time, that I was, very good at it. And if you could take care of parents and bathe your father, you can take care of anybody. And I did realize more patience for clients than my own family, because I think the relationship, and you want your mom and dad or whoever it is to be them again. So you get more. and it hurts more to not have them that you remember. So when you meet a client, you don't know their history. So it's just so easy to take care of them. But I love it. I love it.
No, thank you for everything that you do. Ginger, how are things in North Carolina?
Oh.
All right, now she can.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good.
How long have you been with Griswold?
You there?
How long have you been with Griswold?
Oh, I'm sorry. Just over a year.
Okay, great.
Year.
And what brought you to what led you to provide care? What was your mission or your?
Well, I did it in Maryland probably about 5 years ago for a couple of years. And then I changed careers. I became a school bus driver and then a truck driver. And I missed it. It's just what I'm born to do.
What's your favorite breakfast food?
Oh, Scrapple.
Oh.
How's the weather in North Carolina? Everybody up here is buried in snow.
It's raining. It's been raining for on and off for about a week. So other than that, we're not complaining. We take rain over snow any day.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How about Denise?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
My name is Denise Miller. I've been with Griswold in Lewis, Delaware for 2 years. I'm retired from the state after 25 years of service, and I didn't want to give up caregiving. So I came to Griswold's to continue doing what I love to do. And they are the best here, very accommodating, and they match me perfectly with my clients. I couldn't ask for better clients.
That's great. Yeah, so we're just up the road, and I'm anxious to meet Beth at some point when things settle down a little bit. Yeah, no, she's great. I've spoken to her many times. I just haven't had the opportunity to visit the office and say hi to everyone. So what do you do for fun?
Spoil my granddaughter
That's
with another one on the way anytime.
Oh, great. And what's your favorite breakfast food?
Bacon and eggs.
Well, great. Well, thank you again for spending time with us. We really appreciate everything you do. Anita, you work out of this office.
Yes, I'm out of the Bluebell office. Hi, everyone. I'm Anita. I've been with Griswold a little under a year. I am a wife and mother of 5. I got into home care when my great-grandmother got put on hospice. I didn't even know what home care was until then. I met her caregiver name was Bernadette. She was telling me how she started, why she started, and I just seen how she was so compassionate. She was so welcome, and she was caring. It didn't seem like she was coming into the home to do a job. She was coming to be with family. And once I noticed that, I was like, hey, that's something that I might actually want to do. So straight out of high school, I got into the nursing field. But I had to start slow. So I started off in dietary and moved my way up. And then I paid my way to go to CNA. And that's when I became a nurse. And I ended up at Griswold.
Right.
And hobbies, I'm a real avid, compulsive couponer. And I like oatmeal for breakfast.
Oatmeal? That's no fun.
Yeah.
You gotta go with French toast or pancakes.
Oatmeal. Oatmeal with big blueberries.
Well, again, thank you so much for joining us and all the things that you do. Ebony from Maryland, welcome.
Hi, good morning. My name's Ebony. I'm originally from Camden, New Jersey, out there from Jersey where Carrie's from. And I moved down here to go to school and I finished up. I wound up working for the ARC and then Griswold. I've been here for a year and a half. Um, and I enjoy what I do. I really enjoy what I do out here. It's not really too many caregivers out in this area. We have Cecil County and Baltimore County, so we have a few in this area. So I don't mind going around and helping everybody out in this area. My favorite breakfast food is IHOP.
Whatever they
The
have.
build your own breakfast. Yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
And I do oatmeal too, like Anita. Like oatmeal's my favorite, but I have to leave the fiber alone sometimes. So I enjoy oatmeal as well. So I wasn't down on you when I was saying like oatmeal is not boring. So I had to switch it over to the IHOP for a while. And down here, I think we got like 5 to 6 inches the last time.
Right.
And it's very icy out here, very, very icy. It's taken a while for the road crews to get around and pretty much do everything. And I just recently, probably like 5 years ago, moved from where Beth's from Newcastle, Delaware, and I so enjoyed it down there. I know you say you were in Lewes, and our office is originally was from Bel Air, but we're now in Havre de Grace,
Yeah.
Maryland.
Yeah,
So
I've been to your office a few times and got to meet Clover and the team, and
yes.
actually even fixed the conference room table.
Oh, cool. Cool. We haven't been, I mean, we've been down there, but not, since COVID all together. It's got to stay separate, wear your mask and follow procedures, but
Of course.
it's very nice. The new building is closer to my house where I live in Aberdeen.
Gotcha.
So, and I got into this field probably very young, probably about 14, 15. My aunt had a double mastectomy, well, one mastectomy at first. She had cancer, breast cancer. And then she had to wind up having a double mastectomy. I knew nothing about home care as a child. I just knew that I can help her and make her happy and make her feel better after her chemo treatments and stuff like that. So I went in it for comfort of care. And that's how I got into the field. And I kept saying to myself, I know I can help people. If I can't help them with their disease, I can at least help them, with joy and, a little bit of their pride, to keep some of their pride, with them. A lot of people don't like you washing them and, just diving all in to try to help them. They like to keep some of their pride. So I pride myself on helping people stay independent and, just
That's
helping
great.
them at their lowest point. So I enjoy what I do as well.
No, thank you so much. And again, thank you for making the time to chat with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Let's go to Annie, who's also down in Maryland.
Good morning.
Hello, Annie.
Yes, hello. Wait a minute. Me and mine, just a moment.
All set. We can hear you. Oh, that time I think you that you muted.
Okay.
There you go. Perfect.
You hear me now? Okay, great.
Yeah.
As you can see, my granddaughter is still teaching me the ins and the outs of the computer. So,
Done a
but
great.
anyway, I am with the Ellicott City office, and I've been there with them since 2015. And how I got into the business, in the early 70s, my mother-in-law ran an assisted living facilities. And at the time, my husband and I, we was in the trucking business. And on my time off, I will always go by and help her with her patient and clients. So I fell in love with the help of helping people. And it always sticks in the back of my mind what my father used to say to us. You know, if you can help someone along the way, excuse me, then your living will not be in vain. So that has been instilled in my heart. And so I just love helping people. I'm 72 years old, and God has blessed me to continue to help, and I will. And my favorite food for breakfast is whatever you bring for me is good. Okay, I do not discriminate at all. My spare time now, when I'm not working with Griswold, is taking care of my great granddaughter.
Wow.
I only had one grandchild, and now she has a daughter. So that is my passion. And in regards to being with Griswold with the advocacy office, I could not have asked for a better place to work. Prior to going with them, I was with another company. I won't name the name, but I really love working with Griswold. Yes, I do. So thank you.
Yeah, I've visited your office as well, and
Mm.
you know, Adiola, does a great job down in Baltimore, Howard area, and again, appreciate everything that you're doing, and appreciate you making the time this morning. Amy, how are you doing this morning?
Hi, good morning. I'm good. I'm in Kingston, Pennsylvania. I've been with Bristol just for a year this month. Um, I was always in customer service in my past careers, but I've had a lot of elderly people in my family that I experienced the wonderful world of caregiving for the care they received. From what I understand, there's a Griswold like franchise type thing, and there was a Griswold that actually cared for my great uncle who was 102 and my grandfather who was 98. And I
Wow.
saw the great care that those women had given to them. And when I moved to Kingston, I've also been in Kingston for a year. So I recently new to the area, and I basically was deciding what I wanted to do now to, you know, start some other job or career. And here I am enjoying every minute. I have some really wonderful clients, and the office is extremely supportive. And I really enjoy what I do. It makes a big difference. It's something that was always, I guess, being natural to me, as far as helping others. So I'm very happy to be here.
Again, thank
And
you.
my favorite, pardon?
No, go ahead. What was your
I
favorite
was gonna say
breakfast?
my favorite breakfast food is I'll take the French toast like Carrie, but I'll add the bacon because everything's better with bacon.
That's true.
Yeah, I
I
think
don't like
maybe
cheese
put
too,
some
but okay.
All right, last, certainly not least, from Lehigh Valley, Joanne.
Good morning. My name's Joanne Burley. I've been with Griswold for 13 years. I have 6 children, ages 22 to 33, and I'm a first-time grandmother as of January 15th, little boy, and soon to have a little girl in June. So I love being a grandmother. I started with Griswold 13 years ago. My husband was not well, couldn't work, so I had to take on a part-time job. So a friend recommended Griswold. And through the years, I've been part-time, full-time. Right now, for the past 3 years, I've been working full-time at the ARC with mentally challenged adults. But with COVID, I've been on furlough, so I've been able to devote a lot more hours to Griswold. That's about it. My favorite food, I'm not a big breakfast eater, so just a slice of toast is fine with me.
Okay, very good. Very good. There was one other person that I just want to make sure she's not on. Ginger. No, wait, I'm sorry. Dorothy. Is Dorothy on? I didn't want to leave her out, but I think Dorothy must have had something come up. But I didn't want to miss her in the event she was on. So thank you so much for again making the time. And actually hearing the stories too, because I know this is it. This is a business that you're having to deal with folks that I liked. I liked the comment about letting them keep their pride, Ebony. because, you know, people do, you know,
It's all they
they're,
have left sometimes.
I mean, they're uncomfortable being dependent. I think that's
Yeah.
how it is. And so you would lessen it as best that you can. Um, and it's very rewarding, but also can be very challenging work. And so, you know, again, we thank you, and I think it's a great day to celebrate. You know, Marianne touched on the Jean Griswold Foundation. Again, this is a not-for-profit that that you know, is separate from Griswold Home Care. It shares the name, it shares the founder, it shares the mission. What Marianne didn't tell you is how much she gets paid for being the chairperson of the foundation, and she gets a big fat zero. Um, and as is I'm technically, you know, not working for the foundation. I sit on the board, and I get paid the same amount as Marianne for the work we do for the foundation. But what we really want to do is use it to its fullest. And again, we collect donations from a lot of the franchise directors, employees. But what we really want to do is raise a lot more money. And so we're actually pivoting its legal framework to you know, a different type of foundation that'll allow us to do a couple of things. I think we can go and broaden the donor base, and we were going to look for, you know, corporations and, you know, look, anybody that's got, you know, money, I will be knocking on their door. Because the exciting thing that we wanted to announce today was the change in its primary purpose. Historically, it's always, you know, helped, you know, help people, uh, folks, allow them to age in place, and we have given donations historically to things like Meals on Wheels and things like that. But what we're excited to announce today is actually pivoting it to really benefit caregivers. And so we want to set up a framework once we, you know, kind of get the legal stuff out of the way to be able to provide scholarships, as one example, to caregivers that may want to go to that next certification, or they want to go and possibly even pursue, you know, a nursing degree or something along those lines. We also want to have the ability, if, you know, somebody, you know, God forbid, they have their house burned down or something like that that causes a tragedy, we want to have the ability to provide, you know, emergency grants to caregivers as well. And the legal structure that we were under before did not allow us to provide money directly to benefit individuals. We were only allowed to kind of provide money to other not-for-profit organizations. So that's kind of the reason behind the change. And then the thing that we're really excited about, though, too, is especially coming out of you know, a pandemic. You know, you guys are so important, and you know, and I've often said, you know, we're going to run out of caregivers before we run out of people that need our care. And so to be able to give back to the caregivers and have the foundation primary focus, uh, you know, be on caregivers, that's really the exciting news. And that's why, you know, Shelley and Charlie and the rest of the team put this together to you know, thank you, as well as kind of do this exciting announcement and let you guys be the first to hear about what we're trying to do and kind of why we're trying to do it. And you know, I never met Jean Griswold. You know, she passed away in 2017. I have met Lori Griswold, who was you know, Jean's daughter-in-law. Her husband Kent was Jean's son, who played a big part in the company's evolution years ago. Lori stayed involved and was part of the foundation when I got to meet her. You know, and I've shared the news with what we're doing here, and she thought, you know, it's very exciting, likes the idea, says this is exactly what Jean would support, because she was always supportive of her caregivers. You know, if a caregiver's car broke down, she was there to help out. Just all sorts of things to be supportive of caregivers, that she really believes that this would be something that she would truly support. Um, And so again, that's really what we wanted to share today, but we appreciate everyone's time. And we have actually something that we have a gift that we want to share with you. Unfortunately, the snowstorm has slowed it down, but they've given me the sample. One, it's this little tote bag, but the tote bag has stuff in it. And we'll get this out to you, but we have a little notebook, a nice little water bottle,
Okay.
as well as, if you can, not that we want any more, but the Jean Griswold Foundation mask, and we'll make sure everyone gets those things. Mary Ann, did you have anything else you wanted to share? First of all, I think Mary Ann skipped over a key part. She used to be, well, she lives in Delaware, and she's in Florida now, but I don't know, I don't want to call her semi-retired, because she helped her daughter open a Griswold home care business in Maryland, I think, right? Chase, right. Yeah, so she's still a partner with her daughter, even though she's making her daughter do most of the work. And she's
That should be.
she's vacationing down in Florida right now, but has a long, she operated in Delaware as a franchise for probably 20 something years, Marianne.
Correct. 20 years. Well, Beth took over when I left the Delaware office, Beth Copeland. So I have and in fact, the picture behind you, Denise, my sister-in-law, Beth Clark, did. So I still have things in the office. But just hearing your stories made my heart sing. It just is very moving to me, and I miss being a part of those great stories you have to tell as caregivers, and how much you care. And it just, we want to give back to you as caregivers. You guys give so much to this organization, to the clients, making us successful. And we think that giving you educational opportunities to enhance your life is such a great way to reward you for the work you do. So thank you, everyone, for representing all of the caregivers who participate in this great organization. And the Jean Griswold Foundation, as Mike said, will be raising money to support these initiatives. So thanks again.
Yeah, so thank you. And I think we'll wrap this up. And we do really appreciate you making the time and joining us. We're sorry we couldn't get together live and feed you everything from oatmeal to bacon to French toast. But we'll send some out in your bag.
We've taken notes for next year.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So want to thank everybody again for joining us today, especially considering all the various circumstances. To echo Mike and Mary Ann, we are honored by your constant dedication to caregiving and are appreciative of all that you do for older and disabled adults in your community, especially during COVID-19. We hope you have a wonderful weekend and that you and your family continue to stay safe. Thank you.
Yeah,
Have a great day, everybody.
Stay.
Happy National Caregivers Day.
Bye.